From the pit, a sold-out Phillipsburg Middle School Gymnasium in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners play host to the Wildcats of High Point. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg High Point Wrestling is brought to you by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, the history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PeeburgHS Wrestling, PeeburgHS, WRESTLIN. Stateliners come into the match with a record of 7-2 on the season. They defeated Raritan 49-13, Monroe Township 45-18, Hunterdon Central 35-19, Kittatinny 40-18, Toms River North 29-28, Ridge 61-9, and Easton 42-22. They dropped a 30-24 decision to North Hunterdon, and last Saturday 36-24 at the hands of Southern. High Point comes in at 6-2. The Wildcats beating Kittatinny 48-24, lost to Howe 37-36. Beat Hackettstown 55-18. West Morris Central 48-21. Mount Olive 32-23. North Warren 65-9. Westfield 52-16. And on Saturday, lost to North Hunterdon in the finals of the North Warren Duels, 38-23. Right now, Phillipsburg Public Address Announcer Ed Mancinelli will ask everyone to stand, and we will have the playing of our national anthem.
In honor of America, the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem from the pit will begin the match at 132 pounds tonight. High Point expected Josh Gervey, a junior, 17-3, against Phillipsburg junior Jason Tino, 13-11. 138, Clay Satsima, a junior, 2-4, or senior Billy Tavage, 23-0, against either Hunter Cleaver, a freshman, 2-4, or Jared Kukor, a senior, 11-9. 145, either Satsima or Talmadge against Cleaver or Jared Kukor, the senior, 11-9. 152, Noah Ripley for High Point. He's a sophomore, 7-4, facing Phillipsburg sophomore Matt D'Onofrio, 11-11. 160, Brian Soldano of High Point. He's a sophomore, 17-1, against either Jay Polito, sophomore, 1-1. Senior Denny Perez, 7-10, or sophomore Nate Sestowney, 19-5. 160, either Soldano or Alex Bookwald, a junior, 4-2, against either Polito, Perez, or Sestowney. 182, PJ Soldano, a senior, 15-7, against either David Pearson, a sophomore, 13-10, or senior Jake Wicks, 17-8. 195, Sean Van Wingerden, a junior, 8-10, against either Pearson or Wicks. 220 for High Point, either Robert Giuliano, a junior, 4-3, junior Justin Class, 10-10, or junior Troy Van Orden, 3-4. For Phillipsburg junior Gage Horvath, a junior, 14-9. 285, either Giuliano, Class, or Van Orden, against Phillipsburg senior Cody Crutch, 15-7. 106, Roman Citro of High Point, a freshman, 9-5, against Sean Stashalitis, a sophomore, 7-11. 113, Clayton Utter, a sophomore, 13-3 for High Point, against Phillipsburg sophomore James Day, 19-6. 120, either Charles Antcliffe, a sophomore, 13-8, or sophomore Andrew Brevitt, 2-9, against Phillipsburg junior Logan Matsko, 12-6. And at 126 for High Point senior Devin Liebel, 20-3, against Joe Innamorato, a sophomore, 16-5. This will be match number 20 in the series that Phillipsburg leads 18-1 in a series that began back in 1989. 6 of the meetings were in the postseason, all won by Phillipsburg. The only High Point win coming in 2009 by the score of 30-22. High Point coached by John Gardner. He a state champ himself in 1990 in his 22nd season, and his overall record 368, 105-2. He is 1-5 against the Stateliners. Phillipsburg coach Dave Post is 3-0 against the Wildcats. Coaches meeting out in the center of the mat with the captains and our referees tonight, Chris Rebels and Bill Dixon.
We have the winning 50-50 number.
Chris Rebels, I think, is going to be flipping the disc.
4-0-0-9-1-5.
This is a sold-out crowd tonight at the pit.
9-1-5.
Now Bill Dixon flipped the disc. High Point won the toss. And we'll High Point took even. So High Point will have to be out first here. Or excuse me, Phillipsburg out first at 132. And that's going to be Jason Tino. It is Gervey. He is a junior, 17-3. Jason Tino's a junior, 13-11. Quick barrel roll by Gervey for a takedown, and able to roll on through is Tino. So Gervey has the takedown and a 2-0 lead. Wildcats predominantly red and black singlets. Stateliners in their predominantly garnet singlets. 30 seconds gone here in the first, and a 2-0 lead for Josh Gervey of High Point.
Both teams having recently faced North Hunterdon. Gervey was a 3-2 winner over Drew Dosher for North, while Dosher had pinned Jason Tino.
Tino has an escape. It's 2-1. Tino diving in a double. Gervey sprawls. Gervey reached for the right leg, couldn't pull it in. Bill Dixon is the referee for this bout, looking for that barrel roll again, and he's got a takedown. Gervey's second takedown. He will cut Tino, and it is 4-2.
His step was quick and deep there, and while Tino tried to fight it off, he ended up giving him the opposite view.
They circle at the edge, and off they go right in front of the Stateliner bench to our right with 34 seconds to go in the first. Circle each other to the left. Gervey's had 2 good shots at Tino. Looks for that barrel roll again. A stalling warning on Tino. Drops Tino down to his left hip. Has the takedown. Now leads 6-2. Reaches inside 2-on-1 on the left wrist. Final 5 seconds of the first. And Josh Gervey has a 6-2 lead for the Wildcats after 1. Gervey in District 1, 3rd a year ago, 4th in Region 1. Finishing 2nd in this season's Colt Classic, 5th in the Mustang Classic, and he was in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. Did not compete because of a neck injury. He was 3rd in the Hunter and Sussex Warren a year ago. Gervey on top here in the second.
Weighed in at 134-6 to 135-4 for Tino.
Reaching for a cradle, and Tino comes out on the escape at 6-3. Wrestlers getting a 2-pound allowance tonight because this match was originally scheduled for over a week ago. When you reschedule for a Monday after a Sunday, you get another pound, and they just wrestled on Saturday night to get a pound as well. Tino trying to finish a shot. Gervey locked through the crotch. Tino looking up at Dave Post for some instruction. Gervey trying to stay locked to the crotch. Tino trying to pick up on those legs and force Gervey to give up this takedown.
Surprised Bill Dixon's waiting this long on a stalemate.
Tino's trying to stack him up. Just under 50 seconds, and finally a stalemate's called. No advantage at 47 seconds. Dave Post wants to talk to Bill Dixon. Calling for looking for some kind of penalty point, scissoring the head of Jason Tino. Dave Post, I think, wants to even look at the rule book here if he can, because he's not convincing Bill Dixon that was an illegal hold.
Seem to want credit for Tino stacking up Gervey, and I think a lesser wrestler would have given up and bellied down, but Gervey was confident to continue reaching in. This is the longest discussion I think we've had.
No, he didn't win the argument.
Ended with a finger wag, though.
We'll go back neutral. Diving in is Gervey. Tino sprawls. Tino wants a front head and arm. Then reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Gervey dives in, Tino sprawls. Gervey dives in, Tino sprawls again. They're off, back to the center at 30 seconds.
He is quick, though.
Gervey on top, 6-3. He's got 3 takedowns. Tino has 3 escapes. Reaches for the leg, can't pull it in. Tino with a shot at the left leg. Trying to pick to a double. Whizzer by Gervie. Tino's trying to hook the left leg, and Gervie fights that off. The second good shot that Tino's had that he has not been able to finish.
Yeah, I think he's better off, Mike, taking attempts here, because if he waits for Gervie, he's just going to get in.
Gervie trying to spin around. Second period ends. 6-3 Gervie after 2. Gervie's choice. He's going underneath in the third.
That
just
was
underway here at the pit.
Good period there, Mike, for Jason Tino.
Tino covers the right ankle. Gervie trying to set up a spladle. Tino still has Gervie's right leg. There's a reversal for Gervie.
Just basically hipped over.
8-3 Gervie. Gervie has 53 career wins. He will cut Tino 8-4. Gervie 8-9 2 years ago, 28-11 last year. Dives in on Tino's right leg. Tino sprawls. He's in on that right leg again. And near a takedown. Has it. 10-4. He'll cut Tino. 10-5. 1 minute to wrestle. Trying to snap and spin this time. Tino circles at the edge. Dives in. Tino comes off onto the gym floor. Dave Post saying, hey, you can score. Go get it. 53 seconds to go. Tino dives in on that to a double. Gervie rolls on through his flattened out Tino. Trying to come around to Tino's left side, and he's got another takedown. It is 12-5. He will cut Tino. It's 12-6. Trying to build to the major here with 30 seconds to go in the bout. Tino with half a shot. There's a snap and a power shrug by Gervie. Hooks the leg, gets the takedown. He's built to the major at 14-6 unless Tino can get out. Under 10 seconds to go. Gervie will ride out Jason Tino and get a 14-6 major decision at 132. So we're through one. It is High Point 4 and Phillipsburg nothing. High Point's Billy Talmadge will go out at 138. He is a senior, 23-0. And this will probably be Hunter Cleaver for Phillipsburg. It is. Cleaver is a freshman, 2-4. Talmadge is ranked number 1 in the state in this weight class, so Hunter Cleaver is a pretty big underdog here. Talmadge with a front head and arm. Flattens out Cleaver, spins around to his right. Talmadge has a takedown, leads 2-0. Looking for a cross-face cradle. Trying to take the right elbow back to the knee. Controls that elbow. And he's hooked the far leg. Right hand tight waist now.
Let's go, Hunter! Let's go, Hunter!
And the claw on the right shoulder. Chops at Cleaver's left elbow. He will cut him. On the escape, 2-1, Talmadge. Talmadge was the MOW in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. In on a look for a double leg, picks up Cleaver, drops him down, and has him on his back. Talmadge trying to get chest to chest with him as referee Chris Rebels looks in. Cleaver trying to get off the mat. Talmadge maintains control, and they're off right in front of us. So that was a 5-point play by Talmadge. And he leads Cleaver 7-1.
Got in there quick, picked him up, and put him down. Talmadge quick on his feet.
Talmadge, a district champ last year, 3rd in the region and 5th in the state. He is 123-26 in his Wildcat career. 22 wins as a freshman, 36 as a sophomore, and 42 a year ago, and unbeaten at 23-0.
He and Gervie probably make themselves better each day.
Phillipsburg weighed in both Hunter Cleaver and Jared Kukor tonight at 138. Suspect that the Wildcats thought Phillipsburg might weigh in up tonight, and that's why they dropped Talmadge down to 38. Steps through as Cleaver stood. Talmadge maintains control, but Cleaver was able to belly down. Cleaver sits, Talmadge maintains control, trying to bar the left arm. Trying to tilt him with the bar to his left and steps across. Now tries to cup Cleaver under the chin and turn him to his left. Got that left arm way over to the right side. Or correction, that is the right arm he has. As the period ends, it is 7-1, Billy Talmadge. Talmadge's choice. He'll go underneath to start the second. High Point leads 4-0 in the match on a 14-6 major by Josh Gervie at 132. Talmadge stands right away. Cleaver picks up the right ankle. Talmadge trying to kick away. Cleaver goes to the tackle. Cleaver maintains control, and they're off the mat in front of the High Point bench 9 seconds in. Talmadge getting set. High Point leading in power points in North 1, Group 2. Talmadge flattens out. Cleaver trying to spin around to his right. He does. He's got a reversal. Talmadge leads Cleaver 9-1 here in the second.
Yeah, just kind of hipped up and then used his strength advantage to pull himself back behind Hunter Cleaver.
Talmadge is going to cut him. 9-2 on the escape. 1:20 to wrestle here in the second. Talmadge snaps down, look for a low leg cradle, spins around the right side as a takedown. Talmadge leads 11-2. He'll cut Cleaver. It is 11-3. Taps at the head of Cleaver. Front head and arm, snaps him down. Head out the right side, around for the takedown. 13-3. Riding out the left side. Talmadge has Cleaver's left leg hooked. Now he gives up on that. He will push him off the mat. It is 13-4.
Cuts him loose with 30 seconds to go in the period, but Talmadge is certainly confident.
Cleaver dives in, but he's flattened out. Has a hand and a wrist behind Talmadge's left thigh. Talmadge arching his back. Looking for a knee tap of his own. Now trying to spin around to Cleaver's right again. Head outside, spins around, gets the takedown. 15-4. Talmadge, final 10 seconds here of the second.
I think that was wise of Cleaver to shoot and grab the leg, but Talmadge is just too strong to be held there for any length of time.
15-4 after 2. Cleaver's choice. He's going underneath in the third. And Talmadge will cut him, so it's 15-5. Talmadge with a Russian tie. then snaps behind Cleaver. Cleaver is in on the right leg of Talmadge. Talmadge took like a little swing at a crossface there. That was the reaction from the crowd. They're off neutral. Cleaver's got to adjust the chin strap with 1:34 to go in the bout.
I think he wants to avoid tie-ups here. It's not going to work to Hunter Cleaver's advantage.
Russian tie and then into a double and a takedown for Talmadge. It is 17-5. He will cut him 17-6. Ducks under. He's behind Cleaver. Gets the takedown. It is 19-6. Trying to bar the left arm on Cleaver. Turns Cleaver over, so this will be a technical fall if he doesn't get the fall. Still has the left arm barred. Talmadge keeps that left arm. 40 seconds to go here in the bout, and there it is. That'll be the technical fall. In 5 minutes and 21 seconds, 21-6. We are through 2. It is High Point 9 and Phillipsburg nothing.
145.
Well, Hunter Cleaver was on his back twice but didn't surrender the fall. Stateliners save a bonus point there from the top wrestler in the state. All right. Clay Sitsema, a junior, 2-4. Jared Kukor, a senior for Phillipsburg. He's 11-9. Kukor, has a quick takedown and leads 2-0. Kukor has the left arm pulled across the body at the wrist. Reaches inside now for the right wrist. Sitsema is off to our right with Kukor. Sitsema gets set. Left hand tight waist, right elbow. Kukor left hand thigh pry. Kukor with a 2-on-1 on the right wrist. Now on the left wrist, trying to work a hazard tilt and caught Sitsema on his back for a 2 count. 2 back points for Kukor. He leads 4-0. Sitsema stands, tearing at the hands. Kukor on the mat return. Reaching for a cross-face cradle, trying to take the right elbow back to the knee. He has a cross-face cradle. Kukor has a cross-face cradle. Trying to turn Sitsema to his left, and he lost the cradle. Looks for a cross-face cradle again. Has a cross-face cradle. Takes over Sitsema. Referee Bill Dixon is looking in. He's got that right shoulder up off the mat right now. He bridges. Under 10 seconds to go. Trying to roll him to his right side. 2 seconds, 1. That's 3 back points for Kukor, and he leads 7-0 after 1.
He got that cradle easier the second time than he did the first, but just could not keep him down flat.
This is a match that Dave Post wanted, and he thought the Stateliners could get if Talmadge stayed down low. Kukor underneath on the second, stands, tearing at the hands. Sitsema tried to trip him. Now Kukor cross faces him, and he'll get the neutral and leads 8-0. He's looking for a bear hug. They break apart. Kukor underhooks the right shoulder, snaps down Sitzema. Sitzema's able to break that. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Kukor trying to snap down on the head. Kukor finishing 6th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. Has 15 career wins. This is his first full varsity season. Sitzema looking for a Russian tie. Kukor reaches for the right leg. Sitzema with half a shot, and Kukor hit a throw, but they are off the mat, no advantage.
Oh. Chris Rebels and Bill Dixon had opposite views there in perspectives, but the same result off the line, but it sure looks good.
They tie up. That might make Sitzema a little more wary. Kukor trying to underhook the right shoulder. Might be trying to set up that throw again. Stalling is called. First warning for stalling on Sitzema with 34 seconds to go in the second. Kukor on top 8-0 on a takedown. 5 back points and an escape. He's in on the right leg behind the knee. Sitzema locked through the crotch on Kukor. Kukor picking up on the legs. Now wants to sit back in to Sitzema. Now trying to work a power half. He's got him over, takedown, and back points coming as the period expires. That's a 4-point play, and it's 12-0.
So Kukor's 2 takedowns here, the first ones for the Liners tonight, after High Point racked up 13 in the first 2 bouts.
Sitzema chose top here in the third. Kukor stands. Kukor is out. On the escape, it's 13-0. So we would have to take him down to his back. Ankle pick. Has the right leg up in the air. High Point coaches are telling him just dive and give up the 2. He dives away. Kukor will get the takedown and the technical fall. In 4.5 minutes, 15-0 for Jared Kukor. We are through 3. It's High Point 9 and Phillipsburg 5.
4 minutes, 30 seconds, 4:30. Now we go to 152.
High Point has to be out first here at 52. That's Matt D'Onofrio for Phillipsburg, sophomore 11 and 11. This will probably be Noah Ripley.
Let's go Beavers! Let's go Beavers!
Noah Ripley.
Ripley is a sophomore 7 and 14. D'Onofrio is a sophomore 11 and 11.
D'Onofrio beat him 14-6 in Hunter and Sussex Warren this year.
And dives in on the left leg. Trying to pick that left leg up. Ripley tries to dive away and does. And a point for fleeing the mat for D'Onofrio. 1-0. That was a call we saw David Pearson hit with against North Hunterdon. And I'm sure that's the application of the rules. D'Onofrio gets in on the left leg at the edge, they're off, but you don't want him. You don't want to give up the takedown,
right.
And you're trying to kick away. I mean, you don't want to kick back towards the mat in that case.
Yeah, to me, fleeing the mat is racing away.
There's a takedown for D'Onofrio. He's on top 3-0. Dave Post yelling out cradle. Chops at the left elbow. and a right hand tight waist. Breaks down Ripley. Ripley wants to get off, get a fresh start. They are off with 45 seconds to go in the first.
In that situation, if you have the guy's ankle at the center of the mat and he dives away, it's fine. If it's at the edge of the mat and he dives off, it's fleeing the mat. I'm not sure that makes sense.
D'Onofrio gives up the escape. It's 3-1. D'Onofrio missed on that ankle pick. There's a stalling warning against Ripley. D'Onofrio is in on a double. Ripley able to sprawl. D'Onofrio now with a high crotch. Now he picks up the left leg. Ripley's able to kick out, and that time kick out and relatively stay on the wrestling surface. So he's not hit for fleeing the mat there. Final 10 seconds of the first. And Phillipsburg's Matt D'Onofrio with a 3-1 lead after one. Ripley's choice. He defers. D'Onofrio will go down to start the second. D'Onofrio finishing 8th in the Bethlehem Holiday Tournament and 5th in the 100 in Sussex Warren.
See if he hits that shoulder roll.
That's a caution on Ripley. D'Onofrio stands. Ripley trips him back down. D'Onofrio sits, turns in. D'Onofrio's going to get one, and it is 4-1 as they go off.
That was a nice switch in motion from D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio trying to snap down on the head of Ripley. Dives in a double. Ripley sprawls. Ripley trying to spin around on D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio blocks that off with his left arm. D'Onofrio goes to tie up the left wrist.
Haven't seen an ankle pick from him yet.
Yeah, only kind of right off the whistle in the first period. 1 minute to go. D'Onofrio doing the pushing. Ripley circles. Half a shot by D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio shoots again. They're stalling. That cost Ripley a point. The stall will make it 5-1. D'Onofrio trying to go to a double. Picks up Ripley and takes him down. It is 7-1. Ripley stands, D'Onofrio takes him down right in front of the Stateliner cheerleaders. I might cut him here, see if he can't pick up another stalling call if he keeps the pressure on.
Yeah, he set that one up before very well. Had him backing up and just basically repeated the process.
Right hand tight waist, left elbow in the whistle. Breaks down Ripley. Trying to get him off his knees. Ripley stands and he's out with 20 seconds to go. 7-2. Trying to tie up Ripley's wrists. Half a shot by D'Onofrio. He gets in on the left leg. Can he finish? 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Ran out of time. 7-2 D'Onofrio after 2. Ripley will go underneath in the third.
D'Onofrio's got to be a little frustrated. He's gotten that leg up in the air 3 times and really has not been able to finish well.
Indicates optional start. He will cut him. It is 7-3. Stateliner fans want Ripley hit for backing up. D'Onofrio dives in, left leg, has it just above the ankle, has a takedown. 9-3. He will cut D'Onofrio, 9-4. Fight for hand control. D'Onofrio dives in, Ripley sprawls to a double at the edge, and Chris Rebel says you're off again right as he almost finished. Minute 5 to go.
The tie-up is really a stall process here for Ripley. D'Onofrio is better off just shooting.
Stalling call, it is 10-4. D'Onofrio caught head beneath the chest of Ripley, they break apart. D'Onofrio dives in, traps hands behind, trying to go to a double on Ripley, steps through, takedown. D'Onofrio has built to the major now at 12-4 if he can keep Ripley down. There's still 40 seconds to go. Dave Post says cut him. On the escape, it's 12-5. Dives in a double. Dumps Ripley, and he's got a takedown. D'Onofrio now at 14-5. 20 seconds to wrestle. Off they go right in front of the scorer's table with 15 seconds to go. So D'Onofrio has 5 takedowns, a couple of stalling points, and an escape.
2 escapes.
And a penalty point for fleeing the mat. Matt D'Onofrio of the Stateliners will win a 14-5 major at 152. We are through 4. It's High Point 9, Phillipsburg 9.
I've got him 15. The 5 takedowns, the 2 stalling points, 2 escapes, and the penalty point up front.
The liner is Jay Polito.
Jay Polito is out for Phillipsburg at 160. He's a sophomore, 1-1.
For the Wildcats, Brian Soldano.
And it is Brian Soldano. He's a sophomore, 17-1. Soldano with a Russian tie on Polito. Soldano wants to try and throw, look for a cement. He's underhooked the shoulder, there's the throw, and he's got Polito on his back. Bill Dixon, the referee, looking in. And the fall comes in 30 seconds. Soldano, who is ranked number 2 in the state, 58 career wins, gets the fall in 30 seconds. We're through 5. It's High Point 15 and Phillipsburg 9. Nate Sestowney out for Phillipsburg at 170. He is a sophomore, 19-5. So probably be Alex Buchwald. No, it's Tiger. Troy Tiger. Troy Tiger is a sophomore. He is 2-9. Sestowney in on the right leg, picks that up. Sestowney has a takedown, leads 2-0. Drives a half, has Tiger over. Body press in the fall in 27 seconds for Sestowney. We are through 6. And the match is tied at 15. They each have a fall, a technical fall, and a major.
27 seconds. Now we go to 182.
Maybe they're going to kick up here. This will be Bookwald, and they'll kick up PJ Soldano as well. We'll see. Coming out in a predominantly black singlet. PJ Soldano. PJ Soldano is a senior, 15-7. David Pearson for Phillipsburg is a sophomore, 13-10.
Pearson won 4-2 sudden victory a year ago.
20 seconds and no advantage here at 182. This is the 7th of 14, and the match is tied at 15.
The first 6, there has been one wrestler who is clearly superior on his feet. Not even a close contest.
Interesting strategy discussion in that Phillipsburg had to be out first at 160. And they sent, Soldano out, obviously to get the fall. But I would think that Soldano and Nate Sestouni of Phillipsburg both weighed in at 160. And they could have gotten the matchup of Soldano and Sestouni. They had Joe Pauls, who was weighed in at 160. Chose not to use him there. Wrestled a minute and a half here, no advantage at 182.
Pearson with a 4-pound advantage on Soldano. Looks to be the stronger of the two.
Brian Dixon is the referee for this, Bill Dixon, the referee for this bout. They backpedal to the center. We're going to have a scoreless first period at 182. Pearson defers. Soldano's going underneath to start the second. And we've not had a regular decision in the 6 bouts. It's been dominating wins in all 6. Pearson trying to sink the legs in. Soldano trying to stand. Pearson trying to take the left wrist out from under him. And then a roll by Soldano, and Pearson maintains control. Keeps those legs in. Has to try and stretch them out. Has the right leg in. Stretches out Soldano. Tried to sinks the left. Now I think he's got both legs in. We'll try to work a power half. They're trying to turn him to his right. One minute gone here in the second. Again, he stretches out Soldano at the edge, and off they go at 55 seconds.
Yeah, Pearson just didn't have any type of grip up top to be able to turn Soldano.
PJ Soldano is a Colt Classic champ. He has 29 career wins. David Pearson of the Stateliners finishing 5th in the 100 Sussex Warren. And he has 28 career wins. Goes to sink that right leg in. Soldano tried to catch it on the way in. Pearson with pressure on the head. Keeps those legs in, now flattens out Soldano. Stretches him out. Keeps pressure on the head. Trying to run a power half underneath the left arm. Under 30 seconds to go here in the second. And he has to be able to improve that, or they would stalemate it. Stretches him out again. David Pearson's done a very good job with his power half, keeping the legs in. There's a stalemate called at 8.6 seconds, and Dave Post didn't like that call.
So Donald basically stayed flat and just didn't allow Pearson to get in to get a grip up top.
Dave Post is in his 10th year as head coach of the Stateliners, 154-25 overall.
So Dano's kind of hipped aggressively too when Pearson first gets those legs in.
Tries to roll him on through. Pearson's up a little high. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and he will ride out. Go to the third. Pearson will go underneath. Dave Post assisted by Scott Silvas, Brad Gensel, Brian Kopeski, John Horak, and Jared Kraus. Pearson underneath. Soldano, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Weight high on the back of Pearson. Soldano tried to pick up the left leg, throws the right leg in. He's up a little hot, got out the right side, sinks that right leg in there and maintains control of Pearson. Now he stretches Pearson out. Pressure's on the neck.
This is just the opposite of the last period.
There's a stalemate call in a minute 17.
Soldano was using the legs the same way as Pearson did. Pearson said, lying flat, keeping your arms in was good for you. I'll do it too.
Pearson getting set. Soldano tries to get the right leg in as Pearson stands, and it's stopped potentially dangerous by Bill Dixon. Pearson getting set. Soldano, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Reaches behind the left knee. Weight high in the back of Pearson. Pearson tries to stand. Soldano throws the right leg in. Able to flatten out Pearson. Stretches him out again. Pressure's on the head. Trying to cross-face Pearson. Pressure on the head. Stalemated at 39 seconds.
When it's not yielding, a pinning combination, leg running's just not very entertaining.
Coach Gardner did not like that stalemated call. Pearson tries to stand, rolls. Pearson trying to pick up on the legs, and Pearson's got a reversal. He takes the lead 2-0 with under 30 seconds to go, and they're off the mat across the way.
Nice hip position there by David Pearson to get the advantage.
Dave Post saying you give up 1 here, not 2. Caution on Pearson. First caution in the bout.
Well, I think we know he's going to throw his legs in.
Soldano tries to stand, stands. Pearson loses him on the escape. It's 2-1, 20 seconds to go in the bout. Looking for a bear hug was Soldano, and they're off neutral. Pearson does not have a stalling call here, so he can get on his bike with 17 seconds to go.
15 seconds.
Soldano looking for a bear hug, trying to jack him up, and then he tried off the mat. Pearson was trying a lateral drop, which he is prone to do with the edge. He missed it, but Soldano could not get control on the wrestling surface with 10 seconds to go. Pearson's warned for stalling. Missed on the bear hug again, 3.8 seconds to go. A 2-1 decision for David Pearson of Phillipsburg. We are halfway through. It's Phillipsburg 18 and High Point 15.
First regular decision of the night, another tight squeaker victory for David Pearson over Soldano.
Well, Dave Post didn't think that the Stateliners needed 182 to get the win, but felt that would be very good if they could get it. So they go to Jake Wicks here at 195. The senior is 17 and 8. This should be Sean Van Wiggerden, junior 8 and 10.
Van Worgen 192.9 to 179.6 for Wicks.
20 seconds gone, no advantage. Wicks tries to tie up the left wrist of Wintergurden. .40 seconds gone, no advantage. Wrestlers break apart. Chris Rebels is the referee for this bout. Wicks tries to underhook the right shoulder, snap down on the head, and then reach for the right leg. Can't pull it in.
Wicks was a 9-2 winner a year ago.
Wintergurden drove in on a double. Wicks thought about a cement job. Now he reaches for the right leg behind the knee. Can't pull it in. Front head and arm for Jake. Wicks unable to snap him down to his knees, then tries to reach for the right leg, can't get it. .20 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. And the first period is going to end scoreless here at 195.
For one period, we have no score.
Alex Uriniak of North Hunterdon just beat Van Wintergurden on Saturday. And in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, Wicks beat Uriniak. Wicks picking up on the left leg and an escape for Wintergurden. The High Point Junior has a 1-0 lead. Will work takedowns again. Van Wintergurden finishing second last year in District 1. Third in this year's Colt Classic. And third in the Mustang tournament. Van Wintergurden dives in at a double. Wicks trying to spin around. Blocked off by Wintergurden. Wintergurden trying to step through. He's taken down Wicks. And Van Wintergurden is now on top 3-0.
Just the longer strides of Van Wintergurden to get that takedown.
Looking for a power half on Wicks. Wicks tries to stand, stands, trying to pry those hands apart. Van Wintergurden on the mat return. Wicks stands. Wicks is out, and it's 3-1. 35 seconds ago, and it stopped for Van Wintergurden to adjust the headgear, which had come down over his face. Jake Wicks, a defending district champ a year ago. 6th in the region, has 41 career wins. Fight for hand control. Van Wintergarten taps at the head of Wicks. Wicks dives in at the right leg, trying to go to a double, can't drive through. Van Wintergarten dives in, Wicks sprawls. Trying to drive through Wintergarten again. Wicks able to fight that off. Pretty good takedown attempt there by Van Wintergarten, and after 2, he leads Wicks 3-1. Wicks will be underneath in the third. This is one that Dave Post wants.
Jake gets out here. He's got to be more aggressive on his feet as Van Wintergarten is starting to get a bit more comfortable with his reach.
Wraps a tight waist around Wicks' left side. Chops at the left elbow. Wicks stands, he's out. 3-2. And working takedowns in the third. The only takedown belongs to Van Wintergarten. Ties up the right wrist of Wicks. .115 to go in the bout. Wrestlers break apart. Wicks takes a look at the clock. Van Wintergarten shoots in. Wicks blocks him off, reaches for the right leg, drives through. Wicks has a takedown, has Van Wintergarten on his back with a half Nelson. Body press. Van Wintergarten is able to roll on through. Wicks spins back, maintains control, but that was a 5-point play by the Stateliner senior. Check it, 4-point play. On an escape, it is 6-4 Wicks. Van Wintergarten dives in. Wicks sprawls.
30 seconds free.
Near the edge of the mat as Chris Rebels looks in. Wicks circling back in. Stalemate's called with 21 seconds to go.
Wicks had a decent penetration step, kept going, and just got Van Wintergarten off his balance.
Van Wintergarten dives in, Wicks sprawls, underhooks the right shoulder. He just wants to tie up Van Wintergarten here. Wicks up on his toes. 6 seconds to go. He keeps that front head and arm, and Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg will win a hard-fought 6-4 decision at 195. We're through 8. It is Phillipsburg 21 and High Point 15. .220 Gage Horvath for Phillipsburg, a junior, 14-9. And High Point has 3 wrestlers weighed in here. Robert Giuliano, Justin Klass, and Troy Van Orden. For High Point, this will be
Klass.
It is Justin Klass. He's a junior. He's 10-10 on the year. Horvath's the favorite here for the Liners, looking for that Russian tie. Break apart.
Klass has 9 pounds on Horvath.
Horvath looking to inside trip. So looking for that Russian tie and the trip. Couldn't finish it.
They locked up a year ago. Horvath with a 3-2 win.
Horvath looks like trying to set up a throw. Ties Russian tie on the right arm. They break apart. Dives in at a double. Klass sprawls, and they're off, no advantage. Horvath's been the aggressor here in the first 50 seconds, but nothing to show for it.
Really, he is a much improved wrestler from a year ago, Mike.
Picks up on the right leg. And looking for a half Nelson. He's got the takedown. Horvath leads 2-0. Horvath riding out the left side. Wants a low leg cradle. Head in the side. Gives up an escape. 2-1 Horvath, and he hits a throw. He's got Klass on his back. Bill Dixon looking in at the left shoulder. Trying to get chest to chest with him. Class is trying to bridge off his back. Horvath still has the left arm out in front trying to walk that back, and he lost control of it. He got a 5-point play, and we have blood coming from the nose of Class. And we're going to get Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Brida out there to take a look at Justin Class of High Point. 7-1 for Gage Horvath. If you just joined us, we started at 132. Josh Gervey of High Point, a 14-6 major over Jason Tino. 138, Billy Talmadge of High Point. 21-6 technical fall and 521 over Hunter Cleaver. 145, Jared Kukor of Phillipsburg, 15-0 technical fall over Clay Sitzema. 152, Matt D'Onofrio of Phillipsburg, 15-5 major over Noah Ripley. 160, Brian Saldano of High Point, a fall in 30 seconds over Jay Polito. 170, Nate Sestouni of Phillipsburg, a fall in 27 seconds over Troy Tiger. 182, David Pearson of Phillipsburg, a 2-1 decision over PJ Saldano. 195, Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg, a 6-4 decision over Sean Verwindergarten. And we're at 220, 7-1, Gage Horvath of Phillipsburg. They've stopped the blood flow on Justin Class of High Point. Horvath wants to try and check him back. Has a leg in. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Wants to work a power half and turn him to his right. And the first period ends with Horvath on top, 7-1. Horvath's choice, he'll go underneath to start the second. Horvath is a defending district champ, finishing 4th in the Bethlehem Holiday Tournament. He stands, trying to pry those hands apart. Horvath has an escape. He leads 8-1. Horvath finishing 3rd in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, ranked 5th in this weight class by the Express Times. Looking for a headlock was Class, fought off by Horvath. Still Horvath tries to drive through, spin around, takedown for Horvath at the edge of the mat in front of the Phillipsburg bench, and he leads 10-1.
He's wrestling with a lot of confidence here.
Horvath trying to throw a leg in. Weight up high on the back of Class. Going to try and check him back. Now he wants to walk out in front. Trying to check him to his back, and he's got him over. Lost him again. No 2 count. Horvath get control of the chin. He's going to try and check him back with that. Just under 50 seconds to go here in the second. Left hand thigh pry. He's going to cut him. No, he wants to go to a cradle, but he did end up cutting him. It's 10-2 Horvath. Trying to snap down. .20 seconds to go here in the second. Back pedal towards the center. Horvath dives in, a stalling call on Class, and they will go off in front of the High Point bench. First warning for stalling.
Class really looks like he doesn't want any part of Horvath.
And we are through 2. Horvath on top, 10-2. Class is going to go underneath in the third. It'll probably be Robert Giuliano of High Point coming up at 285 against Cody Krutz. He has the most bouts of the 3 that they had weighed in at 220. Horvath, I think, thinking about trying to check him back. Horvath right hand thigh pry. He's going to cut him. Pushes him away, 10-3. Horvath looking for that Russian tie again. Underhooks the right shoulder. Lost his grip on that, now dives in on a leg. Class fights that off. He's going to walk him back towards the center, and Horvath has a takedown. It is 12-3. In front of the press table across the way. Horvath controlling the arm. Now he wants a low leg cradle. Maintaining control. Weight high on the back. Horvath looking over to Dave Post for some instruction. Wants the low leg cradle again, heading aside. Now out in front. He will give up an escape. 12-4, 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, he's better off just trying to catch him on his feet.
Dave Post reminding him, you have a major, just don't take a bad shot. 30 seconds to go. Stateliners with a 6-point lead. Horvath Major would give him a 10-point lead with 5 bouts to go. Horvath looking for that Russian tie again. Wrestlers break apart. 3 seconds to go. And Horvath will win the major 12-4 at 2:20. We are through 9. It is Phillipsburg 25 and High Point 15. Cody Krutz for Phillipsburg, a senior, 15-7. Oh, it's Troy Van Orden, junior, 3-4. Krutz is a senior, 15-7.
Krutz 241 to Van Orden's 215.
Krutz tried to snap down on the head. Wrestled 30 seconds here. So far, no advantage at 285. Chris Rebels is the referee for this bout.
Through 8 bouts, Mike High Point leading 15-13 in takedowns. But 13 of those came in the first 2 bouts at 32 and 38 with the impressive performances from Gervey and Talmadge.
Krutz missed on the power shrug. 1 minute gone here in the first. Krutz missed on that power shrug again. Then Warden tried to throw Krutz on by. Krutz missing, trying to get, there's trying to underhook the right shoulder. Now looking for a bear hug, and Van Worden fights that off. 20 seconds to go, scoreless first. Either one has been close to a takedown here in the first. And we are through 1 at 285, no score. Van Worden's choice, he will go underneath to start the second. Krutz, left hand tight waist. Trying to hook, he flattens out. Van Orden keeps his weight high in his back. Now out the right side, left hand thigh pry. Crutch trying to take the right wrist. Takes that right wrist. Van Orden trying to free it. Van Orden tries to stand. Crutch left hand thigh pry. Van Orden trying to stand. Crutch gets him down to his knees again. We've wrestled 45 seconds, trying to hook that right leg. Now he flattens him out. Trying to hammerlock the right arm. Van Orden struggles to his knees. Crutch trying to break him down. Wants a cradle, but gives up on that. Keeps his weight high in the back. 50 seconds to go here in the second. Cody Crutch has been able to ride, but not turn. High points Troy Van Orden. Flattens him out. Trying to hammerlock that left wrist. And then walk it over. Now wants to sit on top of it. 25 seconds to go. And cups him under the chin, but he lost the wrist. Now wants a low leg cradle. Trying to, with a whizzer, to get an escape here. And Crutch powers him through, maintains control. Van Orden tries to stand again. Crutch reaches inside for a wrist. 3 seconds to go. And Cody Crutch is going to ride out the second period.
After 2 periods, no score.
Cody Crutch will be underneath in the third. So Van Orden had to carry that weight. We got a little blood time for Cody Crutch.
Van Orden managed to fight his way to his base a couple times and came close to squirting out, but Cody Crutch stayed with him.
Stateliners have a fall by Zastowny, a technical fall by Jared Kukor, 2 major decisions by Matt D'Onofrio and Gage Horvath, and 2 regular decisions by David Pearson and Jake Wicks. High Point has a fall from Brian Soldano, a technical fall from Billy Talmadge, and a major from Josh Gervey.
So this one scoreless after 2, matches the 182-pound bout between Soldano and Pearson.
Crutch trying to stand. He sits, turns in, whizzer, powered over, maintaining control is Van Orden. This is one Dave Post wants. Stateliners got 195, got 220. We're looking for bonus. Crutch stands. Front head and arm by Van Orden. Crutch is out. Crutch has the escape, leads 1-0. So they'll work takedowns here in the third.
Neither came close in the first.
And I don't think either one's going to get it out of this, pummeling position. Van Orden trying to snap down Crutch and reach for a leg with a cradle. Trying to cradle Crutch. Crutch blocks him off. And a takedown and an escape. I didn't see the takedown awarded. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it was quick, and Dave Post didn't like it. Thought maybe it might get called off because the cradle was not locked very long at all.
Yeah, I'm not, we've seen plenty of cradles where they didn't have control. Chris Rebels. Dave Post wants Bill Dixon saying he had 2 as well. So Dave Post going to lose that argument.
Right, Crutch just had his head down too far with his leg posted up front. It was an easy grab for Van Orden. Fortunately, he was able to pop out of it
And it was right after I said I didn't think anybody would get a takedown out of that pummeling position.
Unfortunately, Cody just got himself in a bad position.
30 seconds to go here in regulation. Van Orden wanted a power shrug, couldn't get it.
No stalling warnings either side.
20 to go in regulation.
15 seconds.
Van Orden reaching for a leg. Crutch trying to work the throw, spin around behind. Crutch got a takedown with 8 seconds to go as he fought off the takedown attempt from Van Orden. And Cody Crutch will win a 4-2 decision at 285. We are through 10. It's Phillipsburg 28 and High Point 15. So the Stateliners have won 7. We go to 106. Sean Stashalitis for Phillipsburg. The sophomore is 7-11. And Roman Citro for High Point. He is a freshman, 9-5. Sean Stashalitis, Bob, almost wrestling someone as tall as he is.
Didn't think that was possible.
Stashalitis dove in on the right leg, can't get it. Front head and arm by Citro. Can't finish that. They battle for hand control. Stashalitis reaches for the right leg, can't get it. Citro looking for a front head and arm, tried to throw Stashalitis on by. Dives in again at that leg. Citro sprawls. Bill Dixon is the referee for this one. Citro dives in on Stashalitis' leg, and off they go at 1:13 to go in the first.
Citro beat Logan Waddle of North Hunterdon, the Hunterdon Sussex Warren champion. And Waddle had beaten Stashalitis 8-5.
Citro with a takedown. Leads 2-0. Pressure's on the left elbow on Stashalitis, wants to try and cradle him. Dave Post yelling at Stashalitis to peel the hand off. Stashalitis controlling the right wrist of Citro so he can't lock up that cradle. Now he lost control of it. Citro pressures on the left elbow. Coach Gardner up on his feet across the way for the Wildcats. Wants to work, stalling is called on Stashalitis. First warning. First period ends 2-0 Roman Citro of High Point over Phillipsburg's Sean Stashalitis. Stashalitis' choice, he'll defer. Citro will go underneath to start the second. Stateliners with a 28-15 lead through 10. Stashalitis is going to cut him. So Citro goes up 3-0.
Citro at 109 to Stashalitis 107.
Actually could have gone to 110 tonight. Stashalitis dives in on the right leg. Locking his hands behind that right leg. Citro with a knee tap. Stashalitis keeps his hands locked behind the right knee. Citro has control of Stashalitis' right ankle. Citro's near two. Stashalitis had control of the wrist, and there's a takedown for Citro. Citro leading 5-0. Stopped potentially dangerous. $112 to go here in the second. Sold out crowd tonight at the pit. Stateliners having wrestled Del Val here. This year High Point, the one match at the pit. Citro looking for a low leg cradle. Stashalitis trying to pull that off his chin. Citro reaching behind the left knee to try and lock up a cross-face cradle here. Stalling is called on Stashalitis at 6-0. Trying to take the left elbow back to the knee.
He's got that forearm hoisted almost as well as he did in the first period.
Stashalitis trapping the right wrist now, so he can't lock that up. Pulls it up over top his head. Now he wants a low leg cradle. 3 seconds to go. And Citro will have a 6-0 lead after 2. Stashalitis will choose neutral in the third.
Has not come close to a takedown yet. Citro getting a pair, one in the first, one in the second.
Stashalitis had the right leg in the second, but a very nice knee tap by Citro took Stashalitis off his base. And he was able to get around and get the takedown. 20 seconds gone here in the third. Citro looking for a throw, and he's got it. Has Stashalitis on his back. Bill Dixon looking in. Stashalitis trying to push off, and the fall. In 4:33. After 11, it is Phillipsburg 28 and High Point 21. 113, James Day of Phillipsburg, a sophomore, 19-6. This should be Clayton Utter. Utter is a sophomore, 13-3. Utter dives in, Day sprawls. Utter reaches for the right leg of Day, can't pull it in. Day reaches for a leg, can't get it. Day looking at a front head and arm. Chris Rebels is the referee for this bout. Stalemate's called at 1:31.
Utter won 10-3 a year ago.
It's a couple of tall 113-pounders. Utter reaches for Day's right leg, can't pull it in. He's in the High Point, predominantly white singlet. A couple of Wildcat paws. And a red High Point across the back and an HP block across the chest.
I guess the High Point guys wear whatever uniform they wish.
Day in on the left leg, trying to go to a double, and Day has a takedown and leads 2-0.
A good finish by James Day.
And I think, memory serves me correctly, Bob, last year they wrestled at 113 when Day was usually a 6-pounder. Because I think Logan Matsko had dropped down. I think that was the first time he was down last year.
Right, that's how they finished up the season, yeah. James Day had some tough matches near the end of the year, given weight.
Day riding out the right side. Utter stands and comes out with 22 seconds remaining. And it was at 106 last year. I stand corrected. Stalling warning on Day. First warning in the bout with 14 seconds to go in the first. Day with a 2-1 lead on a takedown. Utter with an escape and a stalling warning against Day. Takes half a shot at the left leg. And the first period will end with Day on top, 2-1. Utter will choose down to start the second. Stateliners have a 7-point lead in the match, 28-21. We're at 113, or the 12th of 14. Day, left-hand tight waist. Coming in tonight, should have been a new Writers Association poll today, as Utter reaches back for a whizzer. And Utter has a reversal, or check it. He's going to get one as they go off, and we're tied at 2-2. According to the Wrestling Writers Association last Monday, High Point was ranked 11th in the state, Phillipsburg 7th, and HighPointNJ.com had High Point 6th and Phillipsburg 8th. Wrestlers shoot simultaneously.
Utter definitely wants to use his long reach as he goes down. Doesn't have much of a penetration step, but he's got long arms.
Trying to post that wrist. Left hand of Day.
Utter's trying to push into him, knowing the stalling warning has been on Day already.
Dives in, Day sprawls. Off they go at the edge. No advantage, 54 seconds to go here in the second. Day with 48 career wins, he had 29 last year. Third in the district, sixth in the region, fourth in the Dvorak tournament out in Chicago, fifth in the Hurricane this year, and third in the 100 in Sussex Warren. It's going to be Day's choice in the third. Utter trying to get in. Day not trying to horse his way behind. Utter tried a headlock, and Day rolled on through it, and Day has a takedown. And the Stateliner sophomore now with a 4-2 edge. Try to ride out 20 seconds here in this period.
Just a great counter by James Day to go with that headlock and hip his way up top.
Off they go at 8.2 seconds.
It's the benefit of experience, not panicking in that situation.
Utter underneath, 8.2 to go. See if Day can ride him out. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Roll by Utter, and it ended up with a 1 count for Day. He's picking up on Day's leg, and Day rides out the second. Ahead 4-2. Day's going to go down in the third. Utter, second in District 1 a year ago, fourth in the region, has 47 career wins. He was 34-12 a year ago. That's a caution on Utter. Day's ready. Utter, right hand tight waist. Breaks down Day. Day trying to get to his knees. Day trying to bring him over top, and Utter's looking for a cross-face cradle behind the right knee. Stalemate's called by Chris Rebels.
They're really pretzeled up there.
Minute and a half to go.
We can't see their hands, but the way Utter was bouncing up and down, I couldn't tell if he was pressing an advantage or if his hands are being trapped by Day and he's trying to get him free.
Phillipsburg fans wanted another caution there on Utter. Didn't get the call.
They might have.
Utter has trapped the left leg of Day, trying to reach for a cradle on the far side. Again, so far not able to budge Day with that. Keeps his weight high in the back. Blood coming from the nose of Phillipsburg's James Day. With 1:03 to go in the bout. Stateliners lead the match 28-21. They have 7 wins. Looking for the 8th here with James Day. Trainer Dwayne Brida up to check on the blood coming from the nose of James Day. Stateliners, our next broadcast will be Thursday night. They take on Hillsborough back at the high school. 6:50 will be broadcast time. And the Stateliners will be at Hanover Park on Wednesday night. Now wiping a little blood off the left arm of Day. 1:03 to wrestle here in the third at 1:13 with Day and on top 4-2. Has 2 takedowns. Utter has a pair of escapes. Caution on Utter. That's his second, and Dave Post says that's 3. And maybe if everyone wearing garnet in the stands was reffing, it would have been the 3rd, but not according to Chris Rebels. Coach Gardner is appealing to referee Bill Dixon. Trying to turn Day to his right. Utter's up a little high. Still unable to tilt Day towards his back. Throws that leg in. Trying to stretch out Day. Stalling is called on Day. That's a point, and it's 4-3. Trying to turn Day to his right. Day trapping the right ankle of Utter. Trying to block him off. Day comes out, tried to get out for an escape. Did not give up control. Now Day will get 1 on the escape. It's 5-3. We have 15 seconds to go in regulation.
Blood time again.
Day has surrendered a stalling point, so he can't be on his bike here. Phillipsburg assistant Brad Gensel, who works closely with the Stateliner lightweights, is out to talk to James Day as they work on the blood time. 5-3 lead for Day, 15.1 seconds to go. And the Stateliners with a 7-point lead and will be favored at 120. Day's ready.
Needs a little forward motion here and then circling.
Day is ready. Utter with half a shot. Dives in. Day trying to reach through, pick up the far ankle. 8 seconds to go. Day arches his back, keeps that ankle. A stalemate's called at 5.5 seconds. Phillipsburg can't believe that they're getting. There's a caution on Day. Diving in is Utter. Day picks up that far ankle again, and James Day will win a 5-3 decision at 1:13. We are through 12. It's Phillipsburg 31 and High Point 21. Logan Matsko will be a favorite for the Stateliners here at 120. He's a junior, 12-6.
Antcliffe.
It is Charles Antcliffe, a sophomore, 13-8.
I actually heard him say it. We're right at the scorers table tonight, so some of the wrestlers are coming in and checking in with us.
It's almost like we're at the 100 Sussex Warren tournament, how they try to check in with us. Matsko ties up the left wrist of Antcliffe. Antcliffe dives in. Matsko sprawls. Matsko trying to set up a front head and arm. Reaching for a butt drag. Antcliffe has both arms wrapped around the right arm of Logan. Matsko almost hits a throw and tries to spin back the other way. Now has him flattened out. Matsko underhooks the left shoulder. Trying to use that front head and arm. Antcliffe hanging on to the right arm of Matsko above the right elbow. Matsko then underhooks, trying to work that throw, and they're off the mat. No advantage with 1:01 to go.
Antcliffe tried to barrel roll a couple times there. Matsko tried to throw back.
Matsko win would ice the match for the Stateliners. Stateliners have won 8 bouts. Matsko dives in at the right leg. Antcliffe sprawls. Underhooks Matsko's left shoulder. Matsko dives in at a double, got flattened out. Matsko has been the aggressor here, but again, nothing to show for it through 1.5 minutes. Eye up each other. Matsko dives in at the right leg. Trying to pick that leg up. Circling. Matsko has a takedown. Leads 2-0.
He does that well, getting that leg and then horsing his body around, using his head as a lever to come around the backside.
A roll by Antcliffe as the first period comes to an end. Matsko on top, 2-0. Should have a good one on deck in Devin Lebo and Joe Innamorato. Antcliffe taking underneath to start the second. Antcliffe stands. He's out. On the escape, 2-1. Matsko worked hard to get a takedown in the first. Shoots in on the right leg. Antcliffe sprawls. Antcliffe, half a shot, and I think Matsko thought about that throw again. Matsko looking for a butt drag at the edge. Trying to underhook the right shoulder, head out the right side. Off they go in 1:16.
Pretty evenly matched on their feet.
Antcliffe dives in on the right leg of Matsko. Matsko trying to lock through the crotch. Is locked through. Matsko now hanging on to the left leg. Still no advantage here. Matsko trying to get that right hip up off the mat. Still has the leg. Dave Post says, pick that leg up. Now Matsko trying to lock a cradle up. And Antcliffe has a hand and a wrist locked behind Matsko's left knee. There's no advantage here. Matsko draped over top. The wrestler's almost head to toe. And Matsko kind of dove off. No advantage. 20 seconds to go. Wrestlers back up on their feet. Shoot simultaneously. Antcliffe trying to spin around to Matsko. Matsko rolls, and some back points coming for Antcliffe. A takedown and back points. 2-2. And it's 5-2. Antcliffe after 2. Matsko's going to choose neutral. Matsko's going to choose underneath.
And Coach Post was signaling neutral. Matsko didn't look too certain about that one.
Matsko trying to stand. Stands. Antcliffe trips him back down. Matsko stands. Brings him back down. Matsko sits out, turns in. Antcliffe stays with him. Right hand thigh pry by Antcliffe. At the edge of the mat in front of the Stateliner fans, home fans to our right. Matsko tried to hip up and over. Antcliffe maintains control. High Point has to have a major here. Actually need better because Phillipsburg already has 8 wins. If they could tie it on the scoreboard. Off they go at 1:05. Matsko will get set in the referee's position. He's ready. Antcliffe, right hand, tight waist, left elbow.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
Matsko stands. Peterson roll by Matsko. And Matsko has an escape, and that's all. And they're off. So it is 5-3.
He hit that well and just couldn't hold on to him. Then Antcliffe charging into him at the edge of the mat. No stalling warnings here.
And Matsko trailing, but again, unless he gives up a technical fall or a fall, the Stateliners will clinch the match. He wanted a barrel roll, couldn't get it. "20 seconds to go. Matsko pops his head out. Matsko wanted a throw. Antcliffe has Matsko's left leg. Takedown for Matsko. And Matsko has some back points. Nope. Well, two back points. It's a 4-point play for Matsko. And Matsko's going to win a 7-5 decision. Matsko with a 4-point play to win 7-5.
Like the finish as he manages to just horse Antcliffe to a takedown and then somehow flip him over.
We head to the final bout of the night. It is Phillipsburg 34 and High Point 21. Joe Innamorato for Phillipsburg. Coach Gardner a little upset with the officiating. Talking to Bill Dixon, who had that match. Devin Liebel, a senior, 20-3, and Joe Innamorato, a sophomore, 16-5. Liebel wanted a barrel roll. Innamorato with a front head and arm. Innamorato looking for a low leg cradle, trying to get out the right side and wanted to work a throw. Liebel fights that off. Innamorato trying to get his head out the right side and get around behind Liebel. He's behind him, and Liebel broke the hands. No advantage. Half a shot by Innamorato. Barrel roll by Liebel. He's got the takedown. Leads 2-0. Liebel was a runner-up in the 100 Sussex Warren, trying to tilt Innamorato. 1 count, that's all. Oh, he did get a 2 count, 2 back points. 4-0 Liebel.
Liebel pinned Matsko in the 100 Sussex Warren, Mike, 4.5.
Mat return by Liebel, and that was brought down, not in control. That's going to be a point for Innamorato. Dave Post wants to make sure he's okay. Going to have Dwayne Brydick come out and check him out. And this injury time goes on Liebel. 4-1 on the penalty point.
Innamorato did not appear fazed by that.
So he's okay.
He was tech fault a year ago by Devin Flannery.
Flannery was a state place winner. Inamorado stands. Lebo maintains control, trying to bar the left arm.
Looks like he was trying to hit a Peterson from his knees there.
Has the left arm barred and wants a half from the right side. 30 seconds to wrestle in the first. Lebo out the left side to try to run the bar. Now out the right side. Not able to budge Inamorado with that bar. Final 5 seconds. And Devin Lebo will have a 4-0 lead after one. Lebo, a district and region runner-up a year ago. He's 88-23 in his career. 4-1 Lebo after one. Lebo underneath will be given the escape by Inamorado, and Lebo leads 5-1. Inamorado wants a throw, underhooking the right shoulder. Trying to snap Lebo off his feet. Stalemate's called by Chris Rebels. Lebo was 32-11 last year, 29-8 as Inamorado gets near a takedown. Lebo trying to block him off with his right arm. And Inamorado wants to get head out the right side. Lebo hanging on to Inamorado's right arm above the elbow. Stalemate's called in minute 23 to go in the second. Inamorado wants to work a throw again as Lebo shot in. Inamorado again wants that front head and arm. Lebo hanging on to the right arm at the elbow. Stalemate's called at 57 seconds.
Lebo seems a little frustrated. He's looking over the coaching staff of High Point.
Inamorado trying to underhook the left shoulder. Inamorado was up a weight class in the 100 Sussex Warren, where Joe finished second. Front hand arm, Lebo missed on a shrug. Inamorado trying to underhook that right shoulder. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Dives in on the right leg. Lebo fights that off. Final 5 seconds here of the second. And Lebo leads 5-1 after 2. Inamorado will choose neutral in the third.
He's signaled a bunch of things there.
Yeah.
Ultimately decided neutral.
And had to get to the right side of the mat. Dives in on Lebo's left leg. Lebo with a front head and arm. And reaches for a leg. He's behind Inamorado, trying to pick him up. Inamorado trying to tear at the hands. Turns back in. Inamorado fights off that takedown attempt. And they're off the mat to our right. And he gets a appreciative round for the Stateliner fans.
He fought his way through that. Got in a bad position for a few seconds, but he fought his way out.
Dives in on the left leg. Locks his hands behind that. Wants to try and pick up Lebo. Keeps pressure on the head. Maybe near a stalemate here. That's the call from Chris Rebels, and a minute 23 to go in the bout.
Had a lot of that in this bout.
Inamorado with one of the high crotch there, couldn't get it. Lebo with half a shot. Inamorado wants a butt drag. Front head and arm by Inamorado. Lebo again hanging on above that right elbow. Stalemate's called in a minute 1.
So it's that 4-point play early in the first. They've been very evenly matched.
Stateliners on the road Wednesday at Hanover Park. And we'll be back on Thursday at Phillipsburg High School. 45 seconds to go. Barrel roll attempted by Inamorado that's blocked off. And a bad shot by Inamorado and a takedown for Liebel. He goes up 7-1. Inamorado tries to pick off that right-hand thigh pry. Stands, arches his back, turns in. He will get 1, and they're off the mat at 7-2. Inamorado right in on Liebel with that front head and arm. Trying to snap him down. Devin Liebel of High Point will win a 7-2 decision at 126. Final score tonight, Phillipsburg 34 and High Point 24. Phillipsburg High Point Wrestling on the Stateliner Sports Network, a service of Rothman Orthopedics. Proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frincy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. Pberg HS WRESTLIN. So the Stateliners run their record to 8-2 by defeating the Wildcats tonight by the score of 34-24. The Stateliners with 1 fall, 1 technical fall, 2 majors, and 5 regular decisions. And the Wildcats had 2 falls, a technical fall, a major, and a regular decision. We began the match at 132 pounds. Josh Gervey of High Point was a 14-6 major decision winner over Jason Tino. At 138, Billy Talmadge, a technical fall for the Wildcats, 21-6 in 5:21 over Phillipsburg's Hunter Cleaver. That made it 9-0 High Point. 145, Jared Kukor of the Stateliners, a 15-0 technical fall over Clay Sitsima. That made it 9-5 in favor of High Point. 152, Matt D'Onofrio of Phillipsburg, a 15-5 major over Noah Ripley. That tied the match at 9. 160, Brian Soldano of High Point, a fall in 30 seconds over Jay Polito. Made it 15-9 High Point. 170, Nate Sestowney of Phillipsburg, a fall in 27 seconds over Troy Tiger. That made it 15-15. 182, David Pearson of Phillipsburg won a 2-1 decision over PJ Soldano, 18-15 Phillipsburg. 195, Jake Wicks of the Stateliners, a 6-4 decision over Sean Van Windergerten. Made it 21-15 Phillipsburg. 220, Gage Horvath of Phillipsburg, a 12-4 major over Justin Klass, 25-15 Phillipsburg. 285, Cody Krutz with a takedown with 8 seconds to go and a 4-2 victory over Troy Van Orden, 28-15 Phillipsburg. 106, Roman Citro of High Point, a fall in 433 over Sean Stachelitis, made it 28-21 Phillipsburg. 113, James Day, avenging a loss from last year, decision Clayton Utter of High Point 5-3, 31-21 Phillipsburg. Then at 120, Logan Matsko with a takedown and back points in the final 10 seconds. He won a 7-5 decision over Charles Antcliffe, giving Phillipsburg an insurmountable 34-21 lead. Then at 126, Devin Liebel of High Point won a 7-2 decision over the Stateliners' Joe Innamorato, 34-24 the final. And Coach Post has joined us, and you won 9 bouts tonight.
Yeah. We thought, I told you before, I thought we could win 8, but that was probably with the flip. We just, anybody who doesn't believe that this place is a special place, you got to check your pulse, because the kids just rise to the occasion. We talked to them before the match. It wasn't about like matchups or this or that. We talked to them about history. We talked about how special it is to be in a place like this and wrestle. In 1946, Phillipsburg started wrestling, and so many great bouts have occurred in this place. And if that doesn't give you goosebumps and get you ready to come out here and beat somebody like a state-ranked kid like Day did,